Hello, Gemini. Welcome to 2021. Yes, it's 2021. Now, this is your general reading for January, and most of the blurb I've written down below because, I was getting sick of repeating it time and time again. However, bear in mind that energies are fluid, and this may resonate, this may not. Part of it may resonate and part of it may not. So take what does and leave what doesn't. I just did a great big reading and kept saying Pisces all the way through. So I think that one was meant for Pisces. But Pisces now has 2 readings. So hopefully something will come through for you. Now, Gemini, please. All right. I hope this year is treating you really well. I love New Year's because they're full of hope. Okay, what have we got? Bottom of the deck, we've got 4 of Cups. A bit despondent. Feeling like it's a bit more of the same, really, even though you're being offered a brand new one, like a new year. You're kind of like, well, it looks more of the same to me. However, we've also got the High Priestess telling you to listen to your intuition because really it is the end of the cycle and the beginning of a brand new one. So that's a mini reading one. You've got this is a different cup. In a lot of decks, it's the same type looking of cup, but in this deck, it's different. So maybe if you stop looking at last year and how awful it was and how much you lost, and look up and see what's being offered to you now. It's kind of like you had to empty these in order to receive these. So it's time to look up. You've got the intuition there, you just need to listen to it. And what it's telling you is that the wheel's turned and it's turned in your favour because here's what's on offer. A brand new start. Passionate, exciting, full of inspiration and movement. Last year, stagnant. This year, movement. So that's a really nice start for you. Now let's get going. I'll lay this out and then we'll run through it. We've got the Hierophant, the Magician, lots of mages, and the King of Cups. 6 of Cups, 8 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and Page of Cups. Little Page of Cups. 4 of Swords, Justice, the Fool, and 7 of Swords. I'll just clarify this before I go on. Clarify the 7 of Swords for me, please. Right, got it. I'll get there. I promise I'll show you when it's time. I can't rush these things. Okay, so the current situation is the Hierophant. This is in this particular deck, he's very there's a word that's meant for somebody. Imposing. He's a very imposing figure. He's the head of, I would like to say, a religion, something very, very structured, traditional, based on dogma, and not to be broken. And whoever this is, people have to make sure he knows and they know their place. This is somebody who demands and commands a lot of power. Because the foundation is youth and your past, this could be something you grew up in. It could be a structure that you grew up in. And because in the background it kind of looks like the edge of a church. This big structure looks like the edge of a church. Whereas now you're in a different energy from that. You're starting to see your own power, your own ability to embody Source or God or the universe or the Creator or whatever you call the uniting presence. You've seen this in yourself, and you've seen the difference between an authentic, unified creation. You know what you manifest. Your thoughts are you create. So you create your own world, and you're starting to see the differences between that. And you might have even been pointing them out to somebody. The challenge is, or the block to overcome, is the King of Cups. Now, if you look at this, there's a squid that looks to be dead, and he's looking out to the ship, but it's on pretty rocky water. At the moment, he's pretty stable. So I think what's happened is this is the tentacles of the squid that have been hanging on to you for a long period of time. The challenge is to overcome the waiting. Overcome the rocky emotions that go with that. Because in the recent past you have had rocky emotions and thoughts, and you were bound by them. You couldn't see a way out. You couldn't see any way to unbind yourself and to see things more clearly. But you have, because in the current situation is the Ten of Wands, so it is an ending. This has been a burden to you. This has been a burden to you. You could be gay, and you might have decided to come out recently. It's got that real energy of the old being constrictive and rule-based and authoritative and telling you were wrong. Not what you did or how you acted, but that you were wrong. And so you've started to see that that's not true, and you can create whatever you want, and you've started to feel your own strength and point out, you know, that you want something different and that you can create something different. And that's why you've actually cut away the tentacles, but you're still on very uncertain emotions about this, because of course you're going to be, you know, of course, if this is going to be a complete upheaval to what you've known. All good things are. What's coming up next is you starting to stand up. See? Now you might have gone from the King of Cups here to the Page, but I think the King of Cups sitting down and not moving is the block. That's the obstacle. And you have decided to stand up and start. He's very timid. It's like, you know, do you want it? This is what I want to give. This is what I have to give. Is it okay? Because when we start seeing our own worth, it's hard because we don't know if it's true or not. We want to believe it, but still, it's nice if somebody says, yeah, I'll accept you as you are. I'll take what you're offering as you are. You're still seeing yourself as I just heard the living dead, but I don't think so. You might be biding your time, or you might be procrastinating. That's very possible. You could be procrastinating, taking another step because you haven't had enough time to think about it, or you don't know how to do it, so you'll just give it some more thought, or you'll procrastinate by meditating on it. So that's about where you are at the moment. How other people see you is that some will see you as, some will judge you, and we know this. Once you break free of any constrictive situation, that you are judged. As soon as you start to grow and raise your vibration, people who don't like you doing that because it upsets their dynamic, they will judge you. Whether it's a big thing or a small thing, they will still judge you. Not your problem. Their problem. Anyway, that's another lesson for another day. Others will see you as being brave and standing up for yourself and saying, no, I don't deserve that. I'm not going to accept that. That is no longer acceptable. I am going to determine what I want as a balance in my lifestyle. So you've got both sides of the scales seeing you differently. The only one to pay attention to is the one holding the scales, and that is you. Hopes and fears. I love hopes and fears because it's so true. The one thing can be both. In fact, most of the time, the things that come out in hopes and fears is spot on. Yours, my love, is the Fool. Brand new start. This isn't just a hope, it's a deep wish. It's a deep desire to carry light, be burden-free, and step off into a new adventure, unknowing of what's ahead, but excited to find out. Yeah? The fear is, what if I fall off a cliff? Like, what if? It's all the what ifs. What if I am a fool for doing this? What if nobody will want me? What if I don't know what I'm doing? So it's a real, you know, eek, but it's a real yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. The thing is, go back to the High Priestess and the Ace of Wands. You know this is where you want to go. You know this is the right thing. And quite often, fear and excitement feel, in fact, it's a physiological thing, that fear and excitement feel the same way in the body. They have the same physiological feelings, their reactions and stuff like that. So if you start thinking it's too scary, turn it around and say, it's not scary, it's exciting. I just haven't felt this before. I'm allowed to be excited about something new, something that's meant just for me, something that is my choice to go in the direction I want to go. The outcome threw me a bit, but after clarifying, it was awesome. 7 of Swords. Usually about deceit, trickery. Not in this case. In this case, you are taking what you need and leaving what you don't. You are taking the beliefs that you need and you are leaving what does not serve you anymore, because you're leaving behind the confusion and the delusion and the overwhelm and the decision to, what do I do? You're leaving it behind. That's what you're leaving behind. And you're moving into beautiful independence. You're creating your own garden, your own structure, your own freedom. You are getting to decide for yourself where you fly. Yep. So that's the outcome. And that's worth it. That's worth taking the leap. That's so worth it. And so are you. All right. What advice do we have? Right. Gemini, you've got some advice coming through. I love spirit. The first card that came out was She Who Loved Once, blue. Fragile, secret love, and rejection. Sound familiar? And the one behind it is Valencia. She who stands, resolute, implacable, and determined. You are coming out of this, my loves, and you are stepping into this. And don't you let anybody tell you that you don't deserve to live an authentic, true life that's coming from your heart space. Don't you let anybody stop you from living an authentic, love-based life. Because you deserve it. Okay. I love you lots, and I'll see you soon. Much love.